Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, planet. That was my back. Oh my God. How is it that you get everything done and you sit down just to sit for a couple of hours, just to chill? You can't find your joint. And relax. Yeah, man. When in Rome, do as the Romans do. And here in the land of milk and honey, it's herbal medication. Yeah, man. Goedemorgen, my friend. I was given the live a little spin since I've got a couple hours spare in the morning. I thought I would have a coffee with the chief. But yeah, man. Goedemorgen to jou. Elke dag, kleine beetje Nederlands praat. Is goed voor mijn hoofd. Do you drink coffee? Are you only tea? Oh, I know you drink coffee. I've seen you with an iced coffee before. Oh, here she comes. I don't know if you see her. She's just at the top of the fence above the chief. I've got the computer sitting at the window, and she's like, "What is that?" Just another day in the beautiful planet Earth, planet water. Can you see her? All right, okay, I'm trying to see on the screen here. She'll eventually come along the fence and jump down and come in for some food. She brought another mouse in the house last night. I'm just thinking about another mouse in the house. I should probably write a poem. She's on the move. She's coming in. Let's see if we can get her, man. Hello. How have you been? Eh? And what are you going to do now? I really do wonder sometimes what's going through her head when she comes in here. And what sort of percentage she's now feral and house cat. I don't know. She's maybe still 88% feral. She's thinking about it. She wants out. You can't come up here. You can't come up here. She's wanting up that. No, you can't come up. The computer's up here and everything. Buzzacino, how you doing, brother? Still alive. unless this is the ghost of Buzz. Because I'm not really here, mate. I'm gone. There she goes, man. I'm going to sit there. Yeah. Oh my God. Let me see if I can get into this chat, mate. Hold on. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Just constant restrictions, brother. I take it nothing much has changed, mate, apart from your beard getting longer. Hey, Annie, nice to see you this morning, man. Peace. Mate, I didn't even check out, when you told me the first time, I didn't even check out to go and have a look. I'll definitely make a point and go and having a look to see what you've written and what you've done, mate. I know you get it. It's been all systems go where I am at the moment, and I've really had to start to really focus on everything that's happening around about me, and everything outside is outside. But I've got a few hours every morning now, and I'm going to be going live, get a few chats, see what the YouTube algorithm is going to allow us to discuss. Just things seem to be getting a little looser, and all the videos that they banned and blocked and removed from what we had done before, everything has been proven right. So things seem to be a little looser in what you can talk about. I don't know. Give it a go one more time, mate. Imagination, creativity, and self-expression. Is it allowed to discuss certain topics? We will see. Have you got a link to your stuff, mate? Post it in the chat. Because even if there's not many other people that come in here and stuff like that, this will be left up. And yeah, sharing is caring. I don't think that'll ever change. Unless you're sharing the disease, and then it'll be sharing is intensive caring. Hopefully, over the next few weeks and months, what you see in that garden will be a bit of transformation. Get the gardeners coming in. I'm not sure what's happened with all that, mate. So I have spoke. I think have spoke to you about everything. I can't even remember how deep I get into the conversation with you, but I had a serious hack uh, about a year and a half ago now. Even to the fact that my Facebook was getting opened up when it wasn't me and all that sort of shit. So I had to strip everything all down and stuff like that. And then just about 3 months ago, I get scammed by UPS and had to get everything all new bank accounts and new everything. I'm an absolute idiot. Right, hold on. Let's see if I can do this, mate. So it was really strange for this. For I don't know how many times I tried to go live and I wasn't being allowed to go live. And then all of a sudden I started getting messages from YouTube as if they liked me again. There we go. Yeah, man, there it's there. What's this old age thing about, mate? I can't even see. We could try it now, Buzz. Well, there you go. Mate, everybody's the exact same. Everybody's in their own level of psychological, physical, spiritual sort of like climb. Without a doubt, it's challenging times. I'm trying to stray away from certain words because they have such a deep meaning connotation. I mean, when you even just start to use the word struggle, it's deep. We don't need to look far into nature to find out that nature doesn't struggle, it adapts and overcomes, and that's where we need to put our psychology, especially the way it is at the moment. Oh, nice one, mate. If anybody comes into this stream or watches this video back, go and click on those two links there and discover a very deeply talented wordsmith. Is that still a saying, a wordsmith? And congratulations, mate, for I know you'll take this the right way, but for getting it done. Because you've had so much material for so long, and it takes a bit of, I know, just a little bit of focus and determination, and when there's not much motivation, you need to rely on the consistency and determination to get anything done. So well done. What's this I'm getting now, man? Okay. That's a bit unfortunate. Hold on. Yeah, I'll be right back. Oh. Oh man. Yeah, things are all going to go a bit public at my side. It's time to let the genie out the bottle, mate. Because this has been the longest vacation in history, surely. I came to the Netherlands the day before the world closed down for coronavirus. I came for a 3 weeks holiday. I'm still here. Let me see if that's worked. I think it has. Oh, nice one, number 3, mate. Well, goddamn good for you, mate. Really. I just need to keep this going, obviously, and just, I mean, you got a full year ahead of you. And you know how naturally connected you are to finding connections to words and the flow of it all, but you're also a very critical thinker, so maybe don't just stop at poetry. It's definitely a time for words and expression to be reaching out to try and lift others in a higher state of consciousness, without a doubt. I'm glad you've kept connected to your creativity, mate. It's one of our our main medications. I mean, obviously, we could be having like a private conversation at the moment, but we've spoke so openly on YouTube before. Why stop now? So it doesn't really seem as if it's used like the way it used to be used, without a doubt. And the algorithm sort of like, uh, what can I say about the algorithm, man? It's used in such a draconian, controlling way. That's feeding out a lot of these nonsensical, short attempts. I don't know what humour is it. I don't know what's happening, man. Everybody's trying to be an actor. Everybody's trying to be a mini producer. Everybody's trying to do these little quick cuts that you see in these videos now, that every 15, 20 seconds, there's a little sort of like break in the video. So we've got that neurological kick of the serotonin and dopamine to keep us connected to what we're watching. I mean, these things are proven now, and people don't really realise that the artificial intelligence has now became ourselves. That when you don't know what you're addicted to, it's a big issue. Hold on, I think she maybe wants in the shed. What? Act. The undecided feral. Mate, it's just exactly what you say there. No? I mean, the first point of consciousness is our awareness. It's what we see. It's what we hear. We are uncontrolled vessels when we're fed anything through our sensory perceptions, and it's what we determine of that perception, how we connect to our consciousness, and it is scattered. People are fat in the brain. They have been overfed psychologically and spiritually divided. It's very plain for me to see as I sit here today. It's a forced judgment going on. I mean, as we've not spoke for a long time, mate, there's so many irons in the fire. many times have we spoke about certain things and they're just once again swept to the side. The next big topic on the agenda. On the agenda, which is the age long known DNA of historical manipulation. But hey, I'm on magic truffles, don't listen to me. It's a psychological workout every day to be thinking good, to be thinking positive, to be making your own perspectives and balance, to let your soul settle. And the self-critical, when you're talking about we can be our own worst judges, without a doubt, but that's a slippery psychological slope that we end up taking ourselves into that deep place where many of us have fought for decades to climb out of. How difficult is it when everything seems to be on caps locks? Is it cap lock, cap locks, caps lock, caps lock? Big letters. I'm going to have a couple of hours every morning, mate, so I'm hoping to come on live just for a coffee and stuff. I have been, and yeah, I suppose this is an accurate definition. I've been forced into work. I've had to contact the department back home that I'm allowed to work a certain amount of hours and earn a certain amount of money that is allowed with your benefit. Because the Brexit thing and support that people were still supposed to retain before the UK left Europe is not really working out that well. Not for someone like myself who still relies on back home, and I cannot get any support from the Dutch or Netherlands government. And the benefits that I do receive still from the UK is not enough to live in this country. So I'm having to keep the Dutch government happy by doing part-time work, which is dog sitting and cat sitting. I've been trying to sell some paintings and earn just enough and do enough hours to satisfy the departments back home. Plus, there's been some sort of clerical error when I first came here, and all the assistance that I got from the Dutch government that goes into thousands of euros, they want me to pay that back. And all I really wanted to try and do was be somewhere that I could choose a medication of my choice to live out the rest of my life and as pain free, healthy as I can. And that's not quite working out like that. So they cancelled my residency and they took me to a tribunal last year and they gave me 40 days to leave the country. That was last June. And one of the criteria now for me staying in the country is that I need to be earning money and I need to be paying tax. Doesn't matter about my disability, get back to work in some form or fashion. So that's what I've done, mate. I'll stick my website on here also, and you can have a little look at it at some point for my paintings. Let's see. Yeah, man. So now I'm awaiting a court date to prove to the courts to overturn the government's decision saying that the benefits that I receive are not enough money to stay in this country, and the work that I've did from August, September, October, November, December, and now with the dog sitting and a little bits of paintings that I've sold, hopefully it's going to prove to the courts that I do earn enough money to stay in this country with my benefits to subsidise a level of income that allows me to stay here. Brother, to be honest with you, I'm my thinking's amazing. I'm constantly sort of like surprised at the way I can easily slip into a determined mode, even though a lot of motivation is hard to find. But I know you'll dig it. I mean, it's like I know your condition, and my condition's not getting any better, and I almost have just had to cut myself off from looking at the physical side of things and just see if I can get through day at a time. And wait for the next thing to come. So at one point, will be I think it's going to be the Hague, and I'll obviously need to tie my hair up and find a pair of trousers that have not got holes in them, and go and present all my bank statements and my business account and all my benefits and stuff. And the good thing is, I suppose, over the last 6 or 7 months where I've not been able to gain any assistance from the Dutch government, I've had to pay all my own rent, all my own bills, and I haven't missed anything. I haven't missed any bills. I haven't missed a payment. I don't have any money. I'm always low on medication. I'm always needing to get a tap for my maw, counting on friends and families to keep me going. A couple of people that I've got as good customers to look after their dog and their cat. Two different people. But it's not a lot of money that I need. It's like an extra 200, €250 a month is needed. That's all that's needed on top of my benefit. And yeah, with the €250 on top of my benefit, it's still not a lot of money as far as like being able to live comfortably. But we constantly connect into the gratefulness side of things, and I am so happy to be alive still today on this planet with so much shit going on. So yeah, man, with all the maybe issues I do have, I've got a lot more things still to be happy about and hopeful about. Yeah, but we're going to sleep soon, long enough. I'm actually quite glad to see that you're still on the planet. You know what it's like. We've sometimes not heard from people for maybe a couple of weeks, a month at a time, and then you hear that they're not here. We seem to have lived through a lot of that around about this channel and our friends and stuff, and it's maybe just our age as well, mate. But it's that spiritual, psychological anonymity that we've grafted into our psychology, that you allow these energies of friends and family to drift in and drift out of your consciousness and in and out of your universe sort of thing, and always remain that deep, meaningful, hearted, connected person who you think about people and you're hoping the best and you just hope that everything's okay. And then, yeah, like yourself, just heard from me again. And I'm like, cool, man. Buzz is still alive. At times, I've got about another half hour here now. Oh, what a stage the world has become, man. Buzz, is the audio okay on this? I've got the audio turned down so I don't hear myself talking back, sort of thing. I can see the little dots are flashing away that it's working, but does it sound okay? So my Dutch friend Willem had bought us a webcam, and I'm using the... Oh, does it sound good? Excellent, man. Excellent. I can see it looks quite a good picture on the computer. Yeah, we'll get a few little live sessions at some time, mate. So we'll see if YouTube's going to let us do these. See, talking like this, and even when I've spoke to people, some people get it. But I mean, God's sake, long have we been on this platform? Now, how much hassle have we had at times, right in the middle of live streams with hundreds of people all on and getting cut off for the sort of things that we're talking about? Just I don't know if things are going full circle, or if it's a figure of eight. Or YouTube ever going to find themselves on the right side of history? Well, are you YouTube? YouTube's not answering. Are you still managing to get some help, mate? I've decided, Feral. What are you doing? You staying in? You going out? Yeah, man. I don't know. Everybody seems to forget so quickly how things were, or the feeling that everybody had. But when things really started getting revealed in 2020, the perfect year of 2020 vision, when the veil was getting sort of lifted and there was this collective consciousness, connection of collectivity, people were feeling this vibe of togetherness. Seemed to be like too much for people and has swept through people's consciousness that it's just like not not hit its target. On a spiritual human level, it's not hit its target. And I think it's not hit its target because people's minds are so sick. And I mean so sick by their minds are not their own. Because people think that they have a mind, but people are a mind. Without that brain, not one thing in our body works. Well, it's good to hear medication's changing in Britain, man. She's there. Undecided feral. She's like, will I go in the shed? Will I climb the fences? That could be her going for the day. Undecided feral. Aye, what is it you've wrote there? I think, therefore I am. I feel that I may know who, what, where, and when, why I am. Within that line of connected thought, if people were to entertain the thought that their thinking is not their own, so I think, therefore I am. My thinking is not my own, so I am not. I feel, but these feelings are not who I know, are not what, where, when, and why I am. It's what you've said is accurate, but it really is on its head. If someone can get to that baseline of I think, therefore I am, critical thinking, mate, that's just like gone. And the wokophilia, you know, it's like far gone indeed. for generations, and bit by bit, when every single right, total human right, is being eradicated, when the civil rights, yeah, it's a human nature to feel that you have a right to do a certain thing. But when you're not given basic rights, you will gravitate to any rights, and any right doesn't make it right. One more coffee, mate. Oh, I need to get a move. Just see what you've said there. That's perfect. That's that hits the nail on the head, mate. Those that are incapable of love are attacking love. Yeah, but see, even just to break that, mate, we could talk about that for a few hours. Those that are incapable of love, there was a big reason why people are finding themselves in that position. Right? There's been such a disillusion and sort of like devolvement of any sort of like self responsibility of what's happening on this planet. Everybody seems to be able to easily wash their hands and just keep pointing and judging. And yeah, man, there's a big reason why there's so many that are truly incapable of love, it's a psychological decision. And of course, they're attacking love. Yeah, that's it. There's a deep understanding and respect for where love takes you on a sort of like moral level, and there's a sort of natural element to it all. It's just a little bit of history repeating. If you're still there, mate, I'll be right back. Yeah, man. Yeah, but it's so easy to be loose now with any sort of moral standards, mate. When you see the people who are in charge, these people who take higher elevated positions, especially on a religious side that are connected into politics and stuff, and when so many people can look out and see such a low standard like the zero integrity to maximize profits, then it's easy to eradicate morals from any choice decision. You know, and it's like morals very much connected to common sense. you know, yeah. When we can look out and see such degradation of integrity, the zero trust that's out there with everything, with the health service, with politics, with the social injustices. Look at what's happening with Julian Assange, just everything. So it's a understandable realization of what's going on and why it's happening is that people can't quite put their finger on the pulse of the why. Problem, action, profitable solutions. We have someone else sitting in chat. If you'd like to come and join us, we're going to be here for another little while. You'll own nothing and be happy. But that's what I'm talking about. We have talked about it for a long time, and the over egg and the pudding of the Agenda 21, which is plain to see, is in full rollout in every single government in every single country on the planet, as far as from the food to the pharmacological side of things to the social injustices I was talking about from communities and up. Yeah, man. I love that sky, man. It's like when he came out and said that, like, you will own nothing and be happy. It was like, hello, we're already here. For those who are not happy, there's an understandable reason for that. But in the land of unhappiness, I choose to be happy. What was that quote from that movie? Uh, in the land, in the land where everyone is blind, the one-eyed man is king. Is that right? In the land where everyone is blind, the one-eyed man is king. What is that from? But that's the case, isn't it? In the land of such abject unhappiness, through concluded perceptions and choice of energy, I choose not to be that. Sorry. Last day on the planet. This is the only way to live. Hoping something's going to change, hoping that something's going to break, hoping there's going to be a white hat in the crowd before the solar event that wipes out the planet. Let's see if humans can fight back against humans. Planet of the humans. Yeah, man, without a doubt, it's a very volatile sea, mate. I was speaking with my friend the other day. Why why is this being called planet Earth rather than planet Water? Why did we call it planet Earth? Why did we not call it planet Water? And see if when things are not accurate, it already throws you on a false perception of things. It's just easy for you to build a psychological sort of like neuroplasticity into things that aren't quite right being real. Planet Earth, yeah, okay, we'll just call it Planet Earth. Planet Earth is not, if you were going to be accurate, it's probably Planet Water. There's more water than there is Earth. Like wet wipes. Wet wipes ain't wet, they're damp at best. Right, so don't call them wet wipes, call them damp at best. Planet Water. I think the coffee's kicking in. Thank God. And on the first day God created, or just a second, before the first day, he sorted out some coffee. On the first day, there was a decent percolator. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. It wants to work, but it won't. How is that? I made a little video the other day, mate, because I just see these blatant consistencies in the problem, action, profitable solution that's been rolled out over decades, as far as I can remember of my experiences. And then when I eventually found out there was so much information surrounding the attacks on 9/11 and how much knowledge there was at the potential use of hijackers taking over planes and flying them into buildings and shit, that they knew all that sort of stuff. They flew all the Bin Laden family out of the country like the morning after everything had all happened to protect their CIA interests. And we see all the allowed attacks to happen for the profitable retaliation for the for them to be allowed now to act in such a way. The same with Putin to an extent in the Ukraine, where yeah, both sides have got a sense of lack of responsibility for what's happened. But yeah, he then had a justified reason for acting as brutal as he has acted, the way that he's acted. And then again with Israel, trying to tell me that one of the most sophisticated countries in the world as far as like technology and surveillance wasn't aware that these attacks were happening. Bullshit. And then again, just recently, the video that I have just made, when I'm watching a US general talk about the 25 attacks that had happened in boats in the Red Sea over the last 10 days was the reason why the initial attacks were happening in the bombing in the Yemen. So you're trying to tell me the most sophisticated army on the planet with the most sophisticated technology surveillance wasn't aware that boats were getting attacked in the Red Sea and couldn't do anything to stop these attacks? No, they let the attacks happen to be seemingly justified in them defending themselves. It's all bullshit, mate. It's such bullshit, and it's obvious the industrial military complex profiteering one more time. And they think the people are dumb enough to continue with these boisterous actions. Cool, man. Just got a coffee here, mate. So yeah, history repeating itself is just the feeling I'm constantly getting with these politics and the core pirate corporate entities that once again I've got us all linked into nationalism and that bullshit that keeps us connected to some sense of belief of that there is a hierarchy that they know what they're doing. And obviously they don't. Look at the state the whole planet's in. Man. Write it up. Oh, thank you very much, someone. On this channel, we appreciate all the thumbs. Every single thumb, whatever way it's pointing, is totally appreciated. And you, thumb, number two thumb, whoever you were, love you too. Still find that a really strange thing. I know why they introduced it at first, but then when they had such negative feedback about the thumbs down, and then what they only now have is that the person who's making the content is aware of what that thumbs down is. But what some people do realize, but what a lot of people I think don't realize is the psychological effect of being able to give an anonymous thumbs down. At the core of that energy, there's a psychological fascism that's going on, and people are being a little bit fascist to be able to encourage such an energy of negativity through anonymity. And many people would just be like, oh, I don't like that, thumbs down. And I don't think people really realize what they're doing. I mean, imagine you getting to the core of this psychologically and understanding that by using that little tool leads you to more psychological anonymity of negativity within your actions. You try to tell me that the roots of the tree don't need nutrition. That neuroplasticity root that's elevated in your brain when you take that physical action of giving a thumbs down creates a state in your consciousness Well, it doesn't affect me. Yeah. Yeah, man. And I always have sort of thought about it. We thought about it more that had this been a thing that they've sat round about the YouTube psychological table and said this will be a great little tool to let people use to be able to control people's mindsets. Or to at least allow them to create people's mindsets to be a lot more easily manipulated by using such tools. The anonymity of the thumbs down. At one time, the negativity club. So it was you. Nice one, mate. You know, it's like we don't usually thumbs up our own stuff. We just leave that to the algorithm. Because there's not 1% of affection in the effect. As soon as we start to incorporate into our lifestyle these sort of little psychological triggers that without even thinking you can lay in an anonymous sense negativity. I mean, I don't know how many times you know what it's like on this channel, how many times we've had loads of thumbs downs, right? But you don't get anybody coming on and commenting. You don't get anybody coming on and saying, "Do you see this thing you're talking about? I don't agree," or "you're bullshit," or whatever the disagreement is. Unless it's just like a clickbait video, and yeah, you'll get the comments then. See, and that gives us more room for lack of self responsibility. That's what I was wanting to talk about, I think, as well. That's where I was going with that point, I think. I think, therefore, I am. When you start to work that route, that anonymity, negativity, thumbs down sort of vibe, and other things like that on these social media platforms that many of us are using, it works the route of lack of self responsibility, which makes it easier, as we were talking before, to have a zero base level of any morals. Live and let live. What really? What, everybody? What does that include? Fucking paedophiles and murderers and rapists? No, of course not. So okay, so there is a line to live and let live. Well, where do you keep moving that line? Yeah. The solar flare will be here soon, mate. We'll sort it all out, I think. Put us back to ground zero for sure. Yeah, man. Yep, both have consequences. Situational consequence, since reason has left its nest. You can make a fist with water, you can only try your best. Holding on while letting go will only go to show that we're no different than the rest. Yeah, man. Yes, brother. You've just said there to ground yourself is to find your path, for without the path the spirit flies free, and we must learn to walk before we can fly, lest we fly blindly away from our destiny. And it's just the importance of words. See, that's more that I got to know you as the years went on, sort of thing, brother. But the and it's sometimes difficult to see it yourself when it's coming from you, the creator, but from the person, the querent, the person who's looking at the words and stuff like that. Is they're put in such a proper place and destiny to finish at the end. And as we know, the meaning of destiny is something that is to the inevitable. Yeah. Just keep stepping on one step at a time. Plant the seeds, become the seed. As we know, as we've cultured, I don't know about you, brother, but I'm actually going to need to get a move very shortly. Here in the Netherlands, the praat ik have een afspraak. I say, brother, most mornings I've got a few hours spare. It's only a few days in the afternoon that I've got a couple of hours at a time with the dog, and then one day with the cat. But in the mornings, yeah, coffee with the chief and watch for the feral. One day at a time, brother. I'm just so happy that this webcam's so good. I've been wanting to try it out for a few months. My friend had got it for me, an intention that I was going to be using it to do some painting live. I can hardly get my boots on at the moment. Never mind, get on my hands and knees and do a painting. So that'll need to wait. But delighted with how clear it looks and the microphone. That's always a problem. over the last 2 or 3 nights here, much to do with the Netherlands' participation in the bombing in the Yemen. The country's been on some sort of alert here because there's a base not too far from here, and the jets have been in the sky, man, back and forward, back and forward. I don't know what sort of support the Dutch are given, but I know their hands are in this. It's belligerent profiteering, mate. It's just blatant to see what happened with the profiteering through the corona stuff, and to not think that they just apply that to the next problem of the action of profitable solution to these corporate entities that are linked to all our politicians, through the lobbyists, that have got each and every one of us tied down through the tax cash cows, our us machine that's leading all our sons and daughters to their profitable altar. Surely people see this. And unless a politician is standing up and decrying this corporate entity that has betrayed this planet and the people on it, then don't vote for them. Because it's only going to be within the belly of the beast that anything's going to change. Planting seeds are not going to be enough unless you're going to put in years and years and years of work for the harvest. That's for damn sure. The art of survival. Oh, that's what I'm saying, we're lucky. We are so lucky. I made a video a few weeks ago saying, have you thought about dying today? Probably not. But there's many on this planet, unfortunately, today that are having that exact thought. Will I die today? So it's very easy for us to connect to the here and now of our own lives, to realise how lucky we are with our own issues, problems, that are available solutions if we can maybe focus or reach out to the right people or right element. But there's just so many on this planet at this moment that don't have that. So many on this planet today thinking, will I die today? You know, what has this become? And I just think that deep-rooted psyche that's reverberating around this planet also, of people who can empathise with others that are in that distressing situation, is creating its own energy. There's an overwhelming, overriding energy of abject horror and sense of hopelessness, and that creates its own vibration that they are easily able to manipulate. No critical thinking, no deep thought. Own nothing, be happy. Not here. Even though I do own nothing, I am happy. So for the new world order, I'm ahead of the curve. Own nothing, be happy. Beat you, man. Come and join me, it's great. Everything's in the quantum, mate. Everything's stretched out to this extra dimension of thinking. Black is black and white is white, but within the quantum thought dynamic, both can relate to each other, like in the yin and yang symbol, so they can both be one as well as being each other. You know, there's this sense of duality that goes on through everything, that the you, me, and myself. I mean, without us having, what did I hear someone saying the other day? Without us having this other self, we would not be able to talk to ourselves. There's this duality that goes on, and it's all connected through third eye experience to deeper levels of consciousness, the spiritual, the physical, and the psychological. Me, myself, and the third eye. Yeah. Alice is niet normaal. Chaos, cause and effect. But as you've just said there, maybe that's the next step from thinking on a quantum level to actually being able to feel on a quantum level, and what that would even be like. You see, it's a little bit like, what's that saying? Closing the stable door once the horse is bolted, like letting 25 boats be attacked in the Red Sea, then striking the Yemen, like allowing your borders and your country to be attacked before you fight back. Is that people don't understand, and it's a common thing. People don't understand actually how they really feel, where a feeling actually comes from, what is the actual psychological trigger that makes them feel. And you need to dig down through that route. You need to understand that feelings come from perceptions, and where the perceptions come from. Perceptions come from what we have been able to judge and balance into our conscience to make our psyche relate to the world that we view today. But when that view is distorted, and what we are being fed through our psyche, through our sensory perception of what we see and what we hear, we're already at a disadvantage in trying to judge of actually how we feel about a thing. Because number one, they ain't our feelings. There's been no critical thought in that, but our perception has already been built up through false perceptions, mistruths, and conceptions. And then when you can look out in the world, what we're talking about with the zero integrity to maximize profits, we are all on sinking sand. So it's difficult, mate. It's difficult to get to a baseline conscious level of what you've just said, because without a doubt, it is a step that humanity itself needs to get, even without the bounds of quantum level mechanics and schematic thinking, is to understand the basic principle of why you feel, how is a feeling created, and what makes you feel that way. To understanding that it is yourself as an individual that creates any feeling that you have through what we perceive, through our perception. So yeah, man, don't have the time for this. I think we can maybe pick this up tomorrow morning, mate. Excuse me. I'll see. I could maybe even see how the day turns out. Maybe later on tonight, I could jump on and pick this up a little bit. But yeah, man, I'm sure we could go on with this discussion. And it'd be great to get you on live audio. I've had to, for the last time I was hacked, I've had to clear everything all out so that everything that I ever had was gone. It was the only way to save my computer. Unfortunately, I bought memory sticks to be able to download stuff and save everything, but it got to a level that there was so many viruses being reloaded into my computer. The only option that was left at the time was to totally clean everything so I could maybe re-upload Skype. I can't even remember how we did that audio link up, mate. But we'll work it out. I'd love to hear your voice and we could get a chat rather than me just talking, because you know that even though I talk a lot, I don't like to talk. What's that all about? And just before I go, mate, hopefully we'll get a few lives done, and over the next coming weeks and months, we'll see a lot of transformation of the garden. I wanted to get good stuff done it last year, but weather and physicality just didn't allow me to do it. But I've got a little bit of help this year. It's going to help me do little bits and pieces. Yeah. Let the sunny and summer days come. Hey, brother, I'm going to love you and leave you, mate. I need to get going. It's been great to chat with you. Whoever has been on the stream or whoever's on the stream now, you're always welcome and always welcome to chat. Also, love to hear people's views from around the planet and what's happening and how you're dealing with things, what you can maybe teach us, and what maybe we can spread from your vibration, and what we can maybe also teach you and spread from ours. Skype or Discord. I'll see when I get back in later on. I will have a look at it and see if I can get back on, and we can maybe work out. We can get a little audio link at least, and we can get a chat with some stuff, mate. See if we can bring into the chat and stuff. Yeah. Give it a go. Peace and love, mate. Great to talk to you. And yeah, man. Talk to you later, mate. Peace.